Rob, let's go back to when you were 14 years old.
14 years old,
Now,
okay.
did you do something to Mary Tyler Moore that was kind of impolite that made her mad?
Yes, I did. Do you want to know what it is? It was during the Dick Van Dyke Show, and Mary Tyler Moore, as you know, she was about 24 at the time, 25. And if you remember, she was and is very beautiful, and she had this great body, you know. She was always in these capri pants, you know. And, you know, when you're 14, the hormones start raging around. And I just couldn't control myself, basically, and I grabbed her tush, and I squeezed. And she, I think, was shocked by it, you know, and she didn't like it very much. And she went and told my father on me. And so he went and brought me in. He said, "Did you grab Mary Tyler Moore by the tush?" And I said, "Yes, I did." And he said, "Well, don't do that again." And he said it with a smile, though, you know, because I think, number one, he was glad that I was interested in women. And number two, I think he would have liked to have done that. So that's why he was smiling. But he did say, no, I shouldn't do that again.
Let's go to This is Spinal Tap.
Yes.
Now, how difficult was it to get the financing for that film and to make it? Was part of your deal that you had to act in that film also?
No, that wasn't part of the deal. It was very hard for me to get the financing. It took me almost 4 years from the time we thought of the idea till the time it got on the screen. It was very difficult. I mean, we came very close a number of times, and at one point when we just had the money together and the distribution, the company was sold to Norman Lear, and when Norman Lear picked it up, they threw out all the projects that the former company had, but decided to keep this one because he had a former relationship with me, and so I was lucky to have Norman Lear backing me.
Now, another one of your big successes was When Harry Met Sally.
Yes.
Now, were you surprised by the success of that film?
Yes, I was, because I mean, I figured I felt we were making just a character-driven piece that was, you know, a romantic comedy set in New York. It didn't have any action. It didn't have any really heavy plot. It was just mainly men and women examining their feelings and how they were with each other. And I thought, you know, just based on those kinds of films, I mean, Annie Hall, which did like $40 million and won an Oscar, you know, was like one of the best of those kinds of films. I figured, you know, we'd be lucky to do 25 million or 30 million or something like that. I had no idea it would be as big as it was.
Now, with A Few Good Men, you have some pretty high-powered acting talent in this, big names. Now, do you think you could have done a film like this earlier in your career, or would you have been maybe a little intimidated?
To do a film with these kind of big stars, I think I would have, you know, first of all, I don't know that they would have done it with me. I don't think that you know, when I was starting out, they would have trusted me to, you know, to take care of them. I mean, that's what a director does, is, you know, the actors put their trust in the director to take care of them. And I don't know that they would have done that with me. But, you know, I was a little intimidated even now with this group of people until we all started working, and then we all realized we're just professionals there to do a job, and all of those preconceived ideas about egos and, you know, big star stuff, that all kind of goes away, and you just get down and do the work.
Now, speaking of big star stuff, whenever Jack Nicholson or Tom Cruise makes a movie, they seem to attach dollar signs next to their names. Well, how much do they get paid? There was this much, that much. Isn't that outrageous? Now,
that's the press that does that. They don't attach it. It's the press that seems to want to make a big deal out of that.
Do you think that overshadows a movie sometimes?
I think it does. I think, unfortunately, the press these days are way more interested in how much movies cost and how much movie stars make than they are in the movie themselves. And unfortunately, it becomes the main story of a movie. And people then go to a movie with a different thought. I mean, in the old days, when people went to the movies, there was a magic of going into a movie theater and watching a movie. You didn't care. I mean, not only did you not care, you were thrilled that Jimmy Stewart and Kirk Douglas and Burt Lancaster were all in the same movie. It was like, wow, isn't this going to be fun? Now it's looked upon as, you know, yeah, well, how much did he get paid? And how much did he get paid? And, you know, nobody thinks about it. It's just a show. We're just putting on a show. And the money issue is really irrelevant to that. And if people understood why these people were paid the money they are paid, they wouldn't be concerned about it, because it's all about drawing people into the theater.
Okay. With Jack Nicholson, it's such a pivotal role, and he was so good in it. But was he your first choice for this?
Yeah.
And was he receptive right off the top?
Absolutely. Yeah, I was very lucky. I mean, I was surprised that I was able to get him so easily.
And one quick question, doing a feature on mementos, the type of things that actors and filmmakers keep from their projects over the years, what kind of mementos have you kept from your movies?
I don't keep a lot of mementos. I mean, I probably should, because when I get old, I want to look back, and see all these things. But I basically, once I finish a film, I move on to the next. I have the posters and stuff like that, but I don't keep a lot of the props and things around. But I have a couple of things here and there. I have the sword that Wesley had in The Princess Bride. I have that around, and I also, Richard Farnsworth gave me, he's the guy who played Buster in Misery. He gave me the hat that he wore. But I didn't ask him for it. He just gave it to me, and he signed it, and I thought, okay. So I got a couple of things, but I'm not a big memorabilia guy.